Go ahead, hit that share button for your partner, man, so we can let everybody know what we're doing, how we tapping in with our best self. Let me go ahead and hit that share. It's a beautiful thing, the social media, homie. It's a beautiful thing. So, yeah, man, it is July 5th. We are live in the city of Los Angeles. It's the weekly tapping in, and I'm tapping in. It's good, fam. Yeah. You guys already know what the deal is, man. We got a certain protocol that we have at Drug Dealers to Businessmen, the weekly tap in. You must go ahead and put your city, man, so we can recognize you, man, because we appreciate all our listeners from all across the globe tapping in with us every week. It's been kind of off a little bit because I'm also teaching summer school, so they kind of threw my schedule off, man. Yeah, your boy's a professor too, man. I do that as well. So, yeah, it's a little challenge, but I need y'all to put the comments, man. Put your city. It's not about me. It's only about the subject. See, a lot of times we fall in love too much or hate too much of the individual, man. Don't worry about the messenger. God sends messages to whoever he needs to at any time. That's the key right there, man. We got to dial in on that, homie. So go ahead and put your city in. If you're on YouTube, if you haven't been on YouTube, my Facebook listeners, my Facebook followers, go over to YouTube, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button so that you do not miss an episode of when we go live or if we're doing something special out here in the streets, man, because there's a lot going on. Things are starting to open up. So you're going to see me do a lot more stuff on location, out in the public a little bit more. Just some things that I've seen that I think will help us out, just kind of looking at opportunities from a business perspective. So you might start see me go live here and say, you know, this is something that may be an opportunity or something that I could do or something that you could do in your city, man. And, you know, because we got a lot of innovation going on out here. Just people are just coming out here saying, F it, they trying stuff, right? Which is one of the things that we're talking about today, right? The cost of hesitation. And we could talk about that from the game's perspective, but we can also talk about it from a business standpoint as well. Both will cost you, right? Hesitation. So we're going to talk about that. But I need somebody to go ahead and let me know where y'all listening from, homie. This is what we do. So I'm in LA, homie. So the weather's nice. It's about 78, 77. A little breeze. We chilling. Post 4th of July, everybody cleaning up their mess. There was a lot of fireworks. Pretty sure your city was popping as well. But I need to know where you at, man. Yeah. So, hesitation, homie. What does it cost us so far, right? So I run into a lot of cats when I'm out there on the tour. You know, cats pull up on me. Oh, homie. Oh, I had this idea. All right, Peoria, what's happening, homie? I see you. Appreciate that, homie. Yes. Appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? But they all come to me and all the time talking about, oh man, I had that idea. And I just look at them kind of with like that look, like, so you know what I'm saying? All right, Anthony, I see you, homeboy. Kilo and yes, let the yickens fly. Even though we're trying to get away from that, homie. We're trying to get away from that. We're talking about legitimate stuff now, homie. But I'm saying though, you know, I'm looking at this cat and I'm like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, what you want me to do with this information? You know what I'm saying? Because obviously one of us hesitated and the other one didn't. Now, that's not to say that serendipitous things don't happen. So this is where a lot of people get it misconstrued. It's like they think that it's just, oh man, there's a certain recipe to follow. I was just telling my wife when she was talking about Google, right? She was talking that we were watching some show and they were talking about the inventors of Google, right? And when they were in college, when they were grad students, is when the internet was just taken off. So if you positioned or your timing is in like people who, I'll tell you two instances where this happened, right? So with the internet and with cannabis. So the people who are already growing underground, who have been growing for years, finally got their window open, right? You were in college during the time when the internet was just kind of launching. Everybody was, all class projects were doing this. Everybody was focused on that. Same thing with Bill Gates. They happened to be in elementary school when the computers were just being introduced to the public. So a lot of stuff, a lot of times we look at individuals or situations and we're like, man, why couldn't that be me? How do I? A lot of this shit is timing. You'll never hear it from them. You'll never hear it from the individual to say, man, you know what, man, it was just some random ass luck. Man, I just happened to be here. Cats won't tell you that. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of homies, I talk about this all the time. Cats who grew up in South Central. What's up? What's up, fam? Salute, homeboy. All the way, baby. Sons in 4, baby. Sons in 4, homie. Shout out to my AZ fan, man. You know I love y'all, man. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? When you sit down and talk to individuals, a lot of times they won't tell you the luck that they had, right? Just being in the right place at the right time. Or what I was saying with the South Central thing is cats who grew up in South Central, it was a lot of plugs going on in South Central. So you in your neighborhood, there might be somebody who bringing them in. And you just happen to live on that street with that cat. You know what I'm saying? That's serendipity. That's some lucky shit. It ain't hustle. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't taking away from a cat's hustle. That's not what I'm saying. But your position where you just happen to live, where you just happen to grow up, could be a benefit to you. You know what I'm saying? So I always tell people like, man, walk your line, homie. Walk your path. It's not going to be like anybody else's. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. What's up, man? Slow Texas. What's up, Ryan? I see you, homeboy. Appreciate you, man. You always tap in with us, man, and I really do appreciate that. But you got to walk your path, dog. You got to walk your path and leave the crumbs for the homies. And this is where hesitation comes. Why are we hesitating? There's a book called Flinch. There's a book called Flinch by Seth Godin. Excellent book, and it talks about that. Right? We hesitate because we think that the outcome is going to be worse than what it's going to be. Man, I don't want to embarrass myself. It ain't the right time. I'm just scared. Shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, a lot of it's just that. You feel me? It's just fear. It's fear because somebody put that upon our heads. Added that to our thought process. Here, what if this goes wrong? Oh, the nap. What's up, Bobby? I see you on boy. The nap's always tapping in with your partner, man. A lot of love in the nap, man. Appreciate you guys, man. I keep saying that to go out there, homie. Indeed. Appreciate you, Cliff. But yeah, we got to understand that what we're supposed to be doing is for us. It's not for anybody else. You know what I'm saying? We got to walk our own path, right? And talking about Seth Godin, I'm giving shout outs or whatever, but Seth Godin talks about flinching. A lot of times that hesitation comes by the fears that we have, that other people are placing on our heads. And that's the thing with us, right? We sit up there and like, man, I was cool until I talked to such and such. I was good until I talked to homeboy. I was good until I talked to this person. Then they put these fears on my mind, man, made me hesitate, made me miss my opportunity. Because God opens and closes windows, homie. Don't get it twisted. He don't just leave. He got the air on, dog. You feel what I'm saying? He got the air on, homie. So he ain't just going to keep leaving windows and doors open. They open for a minute. You better slide in. After that shit might close on you, dog. You feel what I'm saying? So why are we hesitating? What do we think is going to happen? We getting another chance? You guys know them chicks, man, that we hesitated on? Females too, like, damn, it was a perfect. She walking by herself to the bathroom, man, and I got trigger shy. And boom, now, man, the homie said, you like, oh, yeah, okay. Because you hesitated. Job, opportunity, business idea. I know a lot of cats sitting all in the pen with it. Man, homie, I had that idea. I had the whole blueprint. What happened to the execution? What happened to taking that step towards faith, homie? What happened to that? Because that's where the difference is. Where that missing layer right there is the execution, which a lot of people can't do, right? Because they feel like, one, it has to be a perfect execution. It doesn't have to be a perfect execution. You seen Google's first logo? Shit was trash. It didn't look like what they got, the doodles and all that. That takes work, homie. Your first meal, your first go around, we did a catering job for my homegirl. We under-seasoned the chicken because we don't know what we doing, but we gonna figure it out. That was one time. We perfected it since then, but we had to learn. You understand what I'm saying? And you got to get feedback and you got to get thick skin. You got to be able to take it. But you can't hesitate, because hesitation is going to save you from all that. It's going to save you from criticism. It's going to save you from having to do the work. It's going to save you from having to get feedback. It's going to save you from having to spend money. You feel what I'm saying? That's what hesitation is going to do. Oh, man, if I just wait long enough, maybe it'll go away. You feel what I'm saying? Maybe it'll just leave. Nah, dog, if God puts it on your mind, you're supposed to deliver on it, homie. He's waiting on you. He got the universe set up. They sitting there at a ballroom, the band ready to come. You like everybody's ready for you. Like, oh man, all they got to do is move, man. We about to start popping for him. But you never come through the door. You don't meet the universe halfway. I told the homie, shout out to the homie Peanut, dog. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the homie Peanut for executing on his vision. Went and invested in the trailer. Went and bought the stuff for his detailing business. I told him, I said, way to meet the universe halfway, dog. Now it'll take you from this point on. You feel what I'm saying? You're going to get everything you need from this point on. You just got to work it. I got in the tour business. I didn't know nothing about it. Nothing. Zero, homie. Nothing. First thing I realized, you got to get a CDL. Who you going to get to drive it? You can't hire nobody. You ain't got no experience. Okay, how do I get a CDL? Go get the CDL. Didn't hesitate, though, because I could have hesitated like, man, I'll wait till next year, dog, when the weather's better. Right? We got that excuse. Let me wait till the weather's better, homie. I'm going to get cracking this summer. It ain't going to wait on you, dog. Like I told you, guy got the air on, homie. Keep that in mind. He got the air conditioner on, so he closing doors and shutting windows and telling you to keep your ass inside or outside. You either commit or you don't commit, homie. But he ain't going to keep playing with you. And that's the hesitation. That's where the hesitation comes in. And you wonder why. You like, man, how this dude keep getting blessed? Because he just said, fuck it, man. What do I have to lose? It ain't going to kill me. I'm not walking out and just walking into danger. I'm walking towards something that's going to uplift me. It's going to put my family in a different trajectory financially. And I'm hesitating? For what? You got a better plan? Let me go work for this fool and see what okay, cool. But there got to be a plan after that, because I'm never going to hate on a job. Don't get that, man. That's paid training, dog. You're going to hear me preach that every day. Go get that. Take the manual to the house, dog. Figure out what they doing. Tapping in. What's up, Brian? Man, homie, H-Town. H-Town love. See you cats, man. But yeah, when you on a job, man, learn everything you possibly can about what you're doing there. Because if they can pay your ass, that's obviously they making some bread up in there. So go figure out the recipe. Don't you dare go to Red Lobster and not figure out how to make no cheddar biscuits, homie. What? You go to Popeyes, you ain't learning the recipe? You kidding me? Oh, man, I'm just learning to flip burgers. Man, we'll figure out what the ticket is on them. Where y'all getting these from? How much y'all paying per burger? And we selling them for $7? Shit, I can do basic math, homie. You feel what I'm saying? Like, hey, this is paid training, homie. Why are we playing around? Convalescent home. You working a convalescent home. How much y'all getting per bed? Per month? And you paying me how much? How much is the rent over here? What kind of license do I need to open up one of these? Who do I need to hire? Oh, I only need to do this, this, and this, and that. Get somebody to do payroll. Yes. It's paid training. Most people go to jobs and they hate it. They like, man, I hate training. Man, it's paid training, dog, with lunches and benefits, homie. You know what I'm saying? If you freak it right, don't take something that's going to have you breaking your neck where you don't have time to even do anything. Now, you got to have time to think. And if they going to work you like that, homie, pay real close attention. Okay, well, since I can't got no time, I'm about to study everything y'all doing up in here, and I'm about to learn it and go build me one. Period. Just that simple. Why? Because I said so. There's so much power in what you're saying and how you say it and how often you say it. There's so much power in it, man. People don't realize the power of the tongue. It can slash people down or can lift them to heights that they didn't even know that they can reach. So speak about yourself in such a high manner. Such a high manner. Why wouldn't you? You feel what I'm saying? Why wouldn't you speak of yourself in such a high manner? I hear people with the self-deprecation. That's not cute. That's actually low-key universally detrimental to you. You better call yourself great. I'm not talking about it from a flamboyant, obnoxious standpoint, but I'm talking about a pure, confident standpoint. You got to believe in yourself, and you got to speak highly of yourself for what you plan to get. Everything down. I was telling my wife the other day, my kids were in the back of the car fighting, and I remember when we didn't have kids, and it was a hard time having kids. And I said, you know what? It's gonna be two little kids back here arguing with each other soon. And then I reminded her today again when we was driving how that speaking that into the universe became a reality, just like that. So you got to talk it. What do you want? What do you want, and why are you hesitating on going after? Is it a business? Is it a degree? What is it? A crib? A house? What do you want? The universe is sitting there waiting on you to make a decision, but you're hesitating because some human, keep that in mind, human told you something that they fear. They put it on your mind. Hey, man, here, take this fear, pass it around so that nobody does shit, right? Take this fear, go ahead, slide it to the other cat, man. Tell somebody else so that they don't do it. I got to prevent you from doing that, homie. Because if you do it, you're going to prove my whole world wrong. Well, so be it, homie. You can go to any city you want and set up shop. These cities are wide open. Ask an immigrant, dog. They'll tell you. Real talk. Follow what they doing. I don't care even if they ain't your people, man, follow what they doing if you like their hustle. Doesn't matter. Pay attention to the hustle, man. Quit paying attention to the messenger. That's where we get it wrong, man. Turn off, man, blinded. Just listen. Who's saying what and how's it being said? What is their intent? My intent is legitimate. This is what I do, right? This is my gift. This is God's gift to me here, man. Inspire people. I told my wife today, I said, people get too caught up into the larger picture of changing the world. I said, you change the world by changing your behavior and have it rub off slightly on somebody else. It ends up becoming as contagious as the cold, right? Because you keep passing it on to other people. You don't know how that cold, using an analogy here, or that positivity is going to affect the next person. They might become the president. You have no idea. So when people start to talk in terms, I can't change the world, I can't change my family. Yes, you can. You start off with changing yourself. You start off with taking those steps. You start off with taking challenges. You start off with breaking molds. You start off with jumping off cliffs and flying and showing people in your family that it's possible to run a damn business. It's possible to be an entrepreneur. It's possible to do this. It's possible to do that. You understand what I'm saying? You start off by doing that, right? It's not being selfish. You get better for other people, right? But you got to make moves when God puts them in front of your face. You can't have that hesitation. In the game, hesitation to get you busted on, right? You smell something funky. You looking at these cats, they all of a sudden get mad for no reason. You better grab it and start getting off or get on because they're going to get off on you. And that's reading the game. And this is the same thing with us. When we read the game, we see it, I'm like, damn, I've been waiting on something like that to come my way. Is this the right? And then we start to question, is this the right opportunity though? Is this the right? Is this do I have this and this and this and that? Do I now and you come up with all these reasons and excuses, right? Because executing on your dreams requires work, requires elbow grease, requires belief, requires change. I'm listening to The Dream Giver again, and it's talking about him leaving that and people reminding him and scaring him and telling him stories of what they heard about crossing this threshold of getting into your dreams. Most people haven't accomplished their dreams. So how can they tell you how to get to yours? You see what I'm saying? And hesitation, that's that thing. You're like, man, I don't want to embarrass myself. What else you got to do? You don't have 1.5 lives. You only got 1 1/4. You got one life. What else you gonna do with it? You got to leave notes. You got to show people in your family, man, grandpa took risk. He started a business. Don't you love to read stories about that? About OGs in your family or whatever that got it popping? Why not you? Why not your family? Why not your last name? Why not? Tell me why. I got 100 reasons why. No reasons why not. You can break the mold. You can set it up for your grandchildren's grandchildren. You don't know who you're going to affect. And they very well might change the world. You may not be able to see it, but that's ego. You don't need to see it. You just need to set your intent on the right knob, right? Right temperature. Let me put my intent right, man. Let this shit cook. You feel what I'm saying? Because that's how you got to do it. You can't sit up there and worry about outcomes. You worry about outcomes and your intention is off. That's not what we worried about. Outcomes are irrelevant. Things happen. Serendipitous things happen. Unlucky things happen. We can't worry about that because if we get caught up in what the end result is, whether we measuring up to somebody else's standards, I tried my ass off, dog. What's happening, homie Oklahoma? What's up, CJ? My crypto partner. But you gonna know I busted my ass. I tried my ass off. Period. That's what I did. When Grandpa, man, he was in LA, man, he got us here. He came out here by himself when he had no family out here. Came out here with a dream and a hustle. And he got it popping for us, man. That's why we got this park named after us. Because Grandpa put it out there for us. You feel what I'm saying? This is how I get started, dog. This is what we need to do when we talk about what? That L word. Legacy. That's legacy. Leaving notes. Telling them how you got started. Who screwed you over. Damn, Grandpa, look at all these detailed notes he gave us. Well, now we know why it's like this. We know what the origin why he got the colors this way. We understand everything. Because he left notes and he kept going. He kept kicking down doors. He was trying every damn thing. When people tell you to stick with one thing, man, that's them suckers, man. Try as many things as you can. Figure out what works for you. Don't hesitate, homie. You see an opportunity? Now, if it's an opportunity where there's a cup. Now, I will put a caveat. That if you got a rumbling in your belly where God kind of telling you like, nah, man, you probably shouldn't go down. You know what I'm saying? Or get in the car with that cat or whatever the case may be. That's intuition. That's God's direct line to you. That's him talking directly to you like, nah, fall back from this one. But other than that, if it's right in front of your face and it looks like it's supposed to, come on. You know what I'm saying? You say, oh, yeah, you started. Yeah, you got to start a journal, dog. And most people sitting up there, and I appreciate that, Anthony, man, appreciate that, really. Why not? How's anybody going to know you were here? What are they going to know about you? Right? I got journals, man. So when if and when my soul is gone or my physical presence is gone, I got YouTube, I got podcasts, I got all kind of stuff. And Basquiat became more popular once he was gone. So you don't know what your stuff gonna do now. I mean, you don't know what kind of legacy you're gonna leave for other people, how you can change people still with your voice, with your story. You can change people. You have no idea. Right? Kendrick Lamar talks about that and how he connected with some of his people through suicide or feeling like he had suicidal tendency. I can't relate to that, but there's probably 1 million plus people that can. You dig what I'm saying? So whatever your story is, man, whatever it is you think whether it's in academics, whether it's in the kitchen, whether it's with mechanics, whether it's with auto, doesn't matter. You can express yourself in so many different ways. Stop hesitating. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, hit that subscribe button, man. For all those listening who just tapped in, YouTube or whatever, hit the subscribe, hit the notification button so you guys don't miss it. Then those who just getting introduced to this page through somebody else, go ahead, hit the like or hit the follow. We appreciate it. But yeah, that's what we're talking about today. We're not hesitating. I've learned to. I used to. Because I used to be scared. Like, oh, man, I don't want to fail. I don't want to embarrass myself, right? I don't want to embarrass myself. I don't want anybody to see me fall. I don't want anybody to think I'm flaky. Who cares? Who cares? Because the only time it's going to matter is when you eating at Mastro's. Like, man, I'm glad I made that move, dog. I'm glad I took that step. I'm glad I took that first step. Because I was hesitating. I almost fell and broke my, you know what? But because I leaped with confidence, it was a magical ride. And that's what you got to do. Leap with confidence. Because it's going to be a magical ride that may seem scary at first. Oh, it's going to seem very scary at first because everything's going to be gone. all the comforts, all the things that you relied on, which is probably one of the worst things that we can do is rely on something. You guys read that book, Who Moved My Cheese? If you haven't, you should. Right? You don't want to get your cheese moved on you because that's happened. People do, okay, COVID comes, something happened, and bam, my hustle broken. Almost felt that with the tour business. Still hustle, still figured it out. Let me do something else. Let me get this chicken popping. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not going to sit up there and let something happen to me and just, oh man, I'm relying on, oh man, I just, nah, homie, I don't. All I know is hustle. All I know is go get it. I know that there's money being conducted somewhere, some type of transactions. Let me get in on that. No hesitation, homie. You can't hesitate. Can't. Cost you big time. That's what I talked to you guys about with my bus. Oh man, I had that idea. Well, one of us is in the bus. And you with your girl right now. So one of us is in the bus and you with your girl. I don't know what else we can talk about. But that's the purest form of hesitation because why didn't you move? Why didn't you take the step? Because God, remember I told you guys about the 5-second rule with Mel Robbins, man. We talked about this before. If you don't start to act on your dreams within 5 seconds, your mind will logically start to talk you out of it. Go next week, dog. Wait till you get a little bit more experience. Your mind tries to get logical on your ass. Wait till you get a little bit more experience, man. You don't want to go out there and embarrass yourself, dog. You don't even need like cats coming from elsewhere to tell you this kind of stuff. Your mind will start to do it for you, right? Because it wants to protect you, right? It doesn't want to face danger, doesn't want to face uncertainty. It wants protection. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, indeed. Facts. Why not? You ain't gonna starve. That's the key. You're not gonna starve. I know how to do a few things. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm trying to learn some more things. Not just always from a profit standpoint. It could be hobbies or whatever, but at the same time, those hobbies can translate into income. I could teach people basics of surfing and get $50, $60 an hour. Easy. Just because I enjoy surfing. You know what I'm saying? It's real basic stuff. I'm not going to teach them how to go out there and rip, but they can get the basics of standing up and we all get paid. So it makes sense to try different stuff, man. But if you limit it, like I know cats who've been in their city, don't go too far, homie. You feel what I'm saying? Don't go too far. You got to go out there and explore stuff. Me and my kids, I was just looking at the botanical garden. Like, that's something that's out of my norm, but why not learn about it? Right? So if people come to LA, you're a tour guide, what else is there to do out here, man? The botanical garden is worth the money. It's right out here. Real easy to get into. So I go learn so that I can tell other people. Right? We had that conversation about the talented 10. You did? So what we hesitating about now, right? Why? What? I remember hesitating on my paper because I didn't think it was going to be good. I thought I was going to make a bunch of mistakes, so I wouldn't write. So it just sit there and I'd just be like, oh, my kids want to do this. And I find all these excuses, right? We found tons of excuses. Oh, my kids need it. Whoa. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, the homie need a ride. Man, he doesn't. Public transportation is money, dog. You feel what I'm saying? Public transportation. I just came back from Seattle. Public transportation is A1. You can't get in Google. All you got to do is Google the shit, and it comes up and it tells you what time the bus is gonna be there, where to meet them at. Blah, blah. It's gravy. So no reason, but we come up with the most BS excuses. I've showed you guys the procrastination video with Tim Urban before. So you guys understand my position on yet and still, we still do it all the time. That's the crazy part about it. We still do it. No matter what, we still will hesitate. We still will procrastinate. Why? Because the feeling that this is one excuse that I've heard, that the feeling that we feel right now is not going to be better than when we accomplish that, whatever it is we're hesitating on. So we feel like we sit here, it's going to be much better than actually doing something, taking action, right? Even with writing's difficult. Some people don't want to write. Journaling, oh, I don't write, homie. Practice it. Put your thoughts on paper, man. Somebody's going to read it. Somebody's going to appreciate you taking the time to tell them what the hell was going on during this time period. Just like time capsules, just like almanacs. Somebody needs to be a record keeper, man. And who's going to tell a better story than you about you, right? Your ups and downs, your worries, your BS that you went through. They'll read it all, right? And feel inspired by it. So why not start doing that? Shout out to the homie who said he was doing that. Starting the journaling process. You ain't got to do it every day. Do it as much as you can. It might be only time when you kind of in your feelings or feeling some type of way. You feel like you hit a mountain. This might be the time to tap in and talk about it. Because in the same time, what you'll find is you'll find the same ingredients to overcome whatever it is that you are challenged with. In that same post, in that same writing. Something about it. I tell people all the time, man, write your stuff down. There's power in writing. There's power in words. I promise you that. So when people get to talking negative around me, I shut it down. I do a Harlem Shake and spin off. Like, what happened to D? Man, that's like my kryptonite. Negative conversation. Don't want to engage in it, not really interested. You feel what I'm saying? Because we have a choice then. We don't have to discuss it. We know what it is. Okay, well, it is what it is, homie. We don't have to talk about it. We trade it and shoot it around. What's that going to do? It's not going to make the situation better. Complaining doesn't make the situation better either. Best thing you can do is take action. What are you going to do about it? Period. What's the plan? Right? And if we got a problem, we're not talking about the problem. We're talking about the solution. Period, homie. We're not talking about the problem. What are we doing that for? Now we're giving that power. Period. I'm only giving it things that I want power. So I'm talking about the Tesla. Period. That's it. Me and my wife, Tesla, which one? Okay, we're going with the X or the Y. Okay, And we're going back and forth about the Tesla. That's it. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm talking about other things from a positive standpoint. Hikes. Shout out to the homie. Hopefully we can get that done tomorrow. But that's it. Business ideas. Seasonings. We talking about dry rubs for our wings. We about to try a whole new recipe. You know what I'm saying? We just keep playing with it until we figure it out the magic. But it's like in computer coding, poking the box. My son was just at a camp today using that. Scratch, man. You got kids, get them to use Scratch. I promise. Get them to learn Scratch. It's a drag and drop system. Really good for coding. Scratch. Let me just show you guys. I know there's parents on here. And I don't care if we talking about us or not. I'm just this is the way I rock. When I get put up on something, I like to put other people up on the same thing, right? I'm not a hater like that. So I'm like, you got kids, nephews, okay, get them on this. Let me see. Let me pull it up for you cats. And it's free. It's by MIT. Scratch. They got Scratch and Scratch Junior. Scratch MIT. I'll just show you guys the regular Scratch. And it's a free program. Show y'all what's happening. You know what I mean? This is my teacher that comes out of me. It's ridiculous. Dig? So let's see. All right, so you can create like games, all kind of stuff in here. Let me show you what it looks like. So let's see. Can you guys see this? Yeah, so it's basically a drag and drop type thing. You get them to motion, their sound, and you basically just bring it over here, 15 steps. After that, you go to sound and you'll say, I wanted to do a meow. But it's just common basic coding. I'm not trying to get off the subject. I just know that this would be beneficial to a lot of kids. So, or just parents in general that, I don't want to say, oh man, my son went to here and did this. Nah, this stuff is free. You can learn it too. So Scratch, they got Scratch Junior for the small kids. There's an app on the iPhone or the iPad that's free, I think. And then they got Scratch, the regular one. And some of you guys, your kids may be used to it or got into it, but it's a basic coding program that helps kids do program things. So like that as simple as that was, I first saw it when I went to a TED Talk. That's another thing. Don't hesitate. You got a TED Talk, invest in it. Go to your city, invest. You'll meet cool people, cool ideas, and they got cool snacks. So if you got a TED Talk in your neighborhood, your whatever, buy the tickets. Trust me. And if I'm lying, I'm flying. But that's how I first discovered Scratch. So when the TED Talk I went to, they had these kids show off their games, and they all created these games on Scratch. And one had a soccer ball. You kick a foil soccer ball and then hit this thing, and then you score points. All of us created on that software I just showed you guys. All of it. So I'm showing, like, this is the kind of stuff that I'm on. You know what I'm saying? Whatever I learn, I try to come bring it back. You feel what I'm saying? So right now I'm really on mentally. Like, you got to have your mind right in order to be successful. So that's what I'm on. I just want to throw that little tidbit to any parents out there who listen to or watch us, to realize that my teacher stuff still comes out sometimes. So hey man, you got to take it. So that's my little bonus that I wanted to show you guys. Scratch and Scratch Junior. Hopefully you guys appreciate that. But back when I'm saying, no hesitation. You get a TED Talk, you get an opportunity to go to a TED Talk, make that happen. You get an opportunity to invest in something that you're hesitating on. Should I buy this program? Should I buy this ebook? Shout out to the homie Ellis, Autodidactic, man. He got these credit ebooks that are crazy. Teach you how to pull stuff off your credit, student loans, you name it. Look up autodidactllc.com. autodidactllc.com. He was a guest on the podcast. If you subscribe to the podcast, watch Ellis White's listen to Ellis White's episode. He'll give you all his information, but he has these ebooks all on how to get your credit together, build business credit, so that you can get loans and credit cards and really develop your business. So that's what that's the type of stuff I'm talking about. Resources. We got to be able to trade resources. And the only way we could trade equal resources, and it doesn't have to be the equivalent in terms of monetary or money, just in terms of effort. Put me up on something, dog. Right? I hear people always talking about my day ones, my squad, my day ones. Your day ones should be your day nows too, if they're moving like you moving. Right? But you shouldn't have to go back and pull. I just had a conversation with my mom about that. She's like, man, make sure you go back and pull people along. I'm like, but they got to be running too. You feel what I'm saying? They can't be just standing there, right? Because then I'm pulling dead weight. But if you running and you ain't as fast as me, or you haven't moved to where I am in the race, yeah, dog, come on. I got you. As a matter of fact, let me turn around and tell you what I did. And then let me get back to running, right? Because I think you can catch up to me anyways, because I know you got ability, homie. I ain't got to pull you. You can pull yourself, and most of us want to do that ourselves anyways. You dig what I'm saying? So let's stop hesitating, man. Let's get out there and go attack some shit. That's the key to life, man. Life is not about being dormant. Life is not about sitting there waiting on something to die. That's some vulture shit, homie. We got to go out there, go hunt, and be the killers that we are. We see a dream, we need to go after it and smash on it and not hesitate. The same way we done cats in the past. I smash. I won't hesitate. Don't hesitate to take off on your dreams too. You know what I'm saying? We always ready to take off on somebody. But then when our dreams come around, we get shy. We get gun shy. We act like we don't want no problems with that dream. Nah, I'm straight, homie. I'm good. Right? Because that dream is intimidating. What you're supposed to do is intimidating. Right? There's a reason why we hesitate. Something about it is making us not move. It's making our hands not work, right? Something about it. But once we get over that fear to realize that, man, we bigger than anything that comes down our lane, right? Anything, doesn't matter. Mental, man, once you get your mind strong, everything else falls into place, my brothers. Trust me on that. You ain't got to hear no fairy tales. You don't hear me selling y'all nothing. I'm telling you guys from experience. Everything I experience is what I put out here. Period. This ain't no gimmick. I'm not trying to tell you guys here, and let me tell you half of it, and the other half is $49.99. I don't have to do that to you guys. Only thing I'm asking for is to subscribe, and that's about it. Other than that, the game is free because it's being piped to me from the source. So whatever he wants me to tell you, man, I'm giving it to you. I can't get it for free from him and then put a price tag on it and charge y'all. I can get mine from somewhere else. Trust me. Fair exchange. It's the least I can do for the homies. You dig what I'm saying? Anytime I'm in a position, the least I can do for the homies. Period. So the more I learn about this, and I know about the hesitation, trust me, I know about it, man, get off. Same thing with fighting, man, just get off. You feel like you got, man, get off first. Whatever. Period. No hesitation. None. Can't let it get you. It'll cripple you, and you'll rely on it for other endeavors. So when hesitation worked, and others said, "Oh man, I'm glad I didn't do that. I'm glad I didn't get rejected by her." So which is why I didn't, man. I hesitated when I saw, man, she was bomb. I just couldn't do it. Why? You didn't think you could? She probably thought highly of you and wondered why you didn't step to her. And the same thing with your goals and dreams. Probably thinks real highly of you, wonder why you won't step to it. Why you won't step to me? I'm sitting here. I've been with you since childhood. I know you really want me, but you won't step to me. You keep stepping to this John. You keep going from here to here to here. Here I am sitting right over here. Nah, man, I'm gonna go for the 5s, the 6s, not the 10. I'm good, man, because she's still sitting there single. Same thing with your dreams, sitting there waiting on you. And you're like, nah, man, I'm good. I'm gonna go after this other stuff, man, because it was there, you know. And then the homie said that and the homie said, what? Who listens to them? Right? Now, when it comes to my dream, I might listen to them on the weather. I might listen to them on some other stuff. But when it comes to my dream, man, it's me guiding my gut. That's it. And whatever them 3 is connected in a line, man, watch the miracles jump off. Watch the magic happen. And magicians ain't the only one delivering magic. Trust me, you got the capabilities as well. You just got to dig deep down inside yourself and realize why you're here. Not to just take up a space. Not to just sit there and collect something. It's to change the world. And you don't have to change the world with the heavy lifting. That's not what is required. It starts with you, one move at a time. That's it. You make a move. Like Al Pacino said in Scarface, a meal here, meal here. Make a move. Make a couple moves, Frank. That's all you got to do is make a couple moves, man, and you'll be shocked at who's watching you. Who's taking detailed notes and saying, you know what, let me try some of that. I ain't got to try the whole recipe, but I can at least try the appetizer. You feel what I'm saying? Because you don't have to do everything everybody says, man. My path is laid out for me. But I can tell you what worked when it got ugly. I could tell you how I got through these canyons. I could tell you how I kept myself quenched when it got dry and thirsty. I can give you all that. But I can't tell you which way to go. I can't tell you where your path is. That's between you, God, and your gut. You feel what I'm saying? So my thing is this. Oh, I got some new. You know what I mean? So my thing is this. Tap into it. Quit hesitating. If it's law school, you want to become a lawyer, don't let somebody put that in your head that you can't. You could do anything you want to do. Some things out of, 50-something years old, you might not go to the NBA, but I mean, realistically. And what does that mean? So don't even let me put a cap on your shit. What does that mean? I don't know. I know there's no limits out here, though. So let's start reaching towards that. Because we're all capable, homies. We all are, dog. Say nothing. We got to keep it popping. We got to keep it popping and remain consistent. Stop hesitating. God gave you that idea for a reason. Pursue it, homie. Pursue it. Let me give you my book suggestion for the week. And man, and I might have given it to you guys, but remember, don't forget, Scratch. Let me show that one more time so you guys can see that. All right. And then my book suggestion, let me pull up my Kindle. You guys can see that. Did you see that? Let's see. All right, let me see. Okay, let me share this with you guys. Take this down. Out of screen. Oh, you know what? It's not in this one. Hold on. It's in my it's in my the I can't even think of the name. The reader, my Audible. I bought the book. I read it before, but I bought the Audible. So let me show you guys the Audible real quick. Just be patient with your partner, man. Just trying to get it. Let's get it. All right. All righty. Yeah, Audible is a really good investment too, man. It's a really, really good investment. Let me see. I got a credit sitting there, so I can buy me a book whenever I want to. So this is I don't know if I shared this last time, but this is one of my favorite books, and it got me through Wasco. Shout out to Fat Cat, my Compton partner. But this got me through Wasco. Success to a positive mental attitude. It is amazing. Let me see. I don't know if you guys can hear it. Let me see where I am. Yeah, you guys might. I don't know if you guys can hear that. You can, cool, but excellent book, and it talks about. Hold on. I don't know if you guys could have heard that, but it's really good to listen to on your way to bed. I watched The Shy on my way to bed, man, and I got up in a funky ass mood the next day because it was killings and a bunch of adultery and a bunch of BS. Right, which I like. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like entertainment. Don't get me wrong, but it shouldn't be the last thing that was on my mind. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, that book. Yeah, this book is dope. So that's my book suggestion for the week. Success to a positive mental attitude. When you listening, when you feeling some type of way, you said the DMV, you got to have stuff with you, your tools with you, because if you don't, that's when the enemy attacks. You start looking around, seeing things that are wrong, people coming at you sideways. But if you get a good book, keep them around you. These are tools and weapons against the enemy. Trust me on that. I mean, people don't realize that it's really a war. It's a war for your mind. That's it. If I can get your mind, I can occupy you, and I can get you to stop doing things easy by just suggestions, by just visual things. So you got to almost be like the horses with the things on their side, those whatever those are, those covers, those eye covers, because it's like that. And he's going to throw things that you don't like, commercials you don't like, situations you don't like, cars you don't like. He's going to use all that, whatever it takes to get your mentals, whatever it takes. So keep that in mind and stay focused out there, man. Go grab that book, Success to a Positive Mental Attitude, and get scratch for your young one. It's an amazing program, and they're using it. My son just had a robot camp in Palos Verdes, and they're using it at that camp. So, and that's the program, like robotic stuff. But it's real basic. Scratch Junior for the small ones, and then Scratch for the regular ones. All free programs. Successful, positive mental attitude. And we will see you next week. More than likely, we'll be going at 5 next week. So just make sure those who don't know, the times are going between 5 and 6. If I can get the time off, I'll get off at 6. If not, then we'll be at 5. Other than that, boom. See y'all next week. Tapping out. Thank you. Oh, the book is Success to a Positive Mental Attitude, Stephanie. Let's see. Yep. Oh, you got it? Okay. All right. Tapping out.